my stuff. Get out of my hockey stuff. Get out of there, trouble. Okay. So this can in here. Got some more goodies today. I ordered a lot of stuff from, where is it here? From Steadfast Cycles. They're pretty good guys and they stock a lot of stuff. I think they're in New York. I think they're in New York. He's even got some videos on YouTube. This is one thing that I ordered that I'm going to use for my wiring. And it's a breaker box. Or fuse panel box, and let's see if I can open this here. I think you just push that button down. Yeah. So it takes blade fuses, and they're LED. The ones that are livened up are LED. And I figured I needed, or what I wanted, was at least 8 breakers. One for the horn, headlight, tail light, ignition, charging system, auxiliary port, the gaugers, like the indicator lights on there. And then I wanted a spare blank one. But this one came with 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of them. And in case I want to add signal lights or something like that. My bike didn't come with signal lights. And so I'm going to mount that under the left side cover and wire it in when I eventually wire in the bike. Got my two clamps for the exhaust today. They came in. And they're chrome, 1.5 inches. I've been looking everywhere for a piece of pipe to weld on 2 inches on here. The only place you can get it is in England because it's 35 millimeter outside diameter pipe and 2 millimeter, 1.5 or 2 millimeter thickness. I called everywhere in Canada and everywhere in the States. Can't get it. Only in England. Because it's metric. It's not pipe, it's tubing. I guess it's called tubing. Here's the other coil bracket. And I could use this the way it is or drill an extra 2 holes in it, but I think I'm going to straighten it out and reverse it. I could drill another hole in it. Let's see here. Yeah, let me just see anything else I got today. I got 3 things. 1, 2, 3, and Peter's parts. Yeah, I'm thinking about flattening it out, bending it the other way, and then primary painting it to match the other one. And that'll hold the coils down real well and look a little better. And it'll actually space the coils apart a little bit more because they actually touch the output side of the coils. They touch each other. So this will gap it a little bit. Okay, that's where I'm at right now. Just got back from Peter's and I had a flat tire, so I had to go buy a puncture repair kit. Seems to be working so far. So here's what's going on. This old Norton's nothing but a headache. Everything I take apart on this bike is fucked up. I sandblasted this thing the other day there. It looked good to me. And then you start looking over here closely. And I got a hairline crack here. I think there's one there. And another one here. You can see it there. So, can't primer it, can't paint it until we fix the problem. So we're going to do, we had a whole bunch of different ideas here. I was going to cut out a whole plate to fit on the inside here and glue it or weld it on the inside to strengthen this up. It's a thin little tin. This oil tank in 1970 is supported by 2 bolts here. I think it's the 6970 is the only year with a sideways tank in it. And then by 1 bolt up here. And then I was thinking about cutting out a half moon plate in here to beef it up. It comes with this heavy plate in behind. They probably put that in there to help beef it up. Then Peter had a good idea. I'm going to check it right now. We're going to make a, this is, I don't know what that is, 3/16, 1/8 inch. Going to make an angle iron right here, an angle iron plate with these 2 holes in it. Eliminate this and panel bond to it onto the bottom here, and a nice big angle iron plate. You won't be able to see it. It'll strengthen the support on there. My only concern is that this thing sits on top of the battery box, and there is a space in here. I want to see how much that space is, so that's what I'm going to check first. Okay, I just got it kind of loosely mounted in there. This is the plate that you fold over the nuts that kind of locks it in. There's the spacer in between, and you can see there's plenty of room there to make an angle iron bracket to better support that. Oil tank. So the bracket will come down here to the oil tank, and if anything, I can stick I have some here, this stuff, a little fine piece of rubber I can epoxy on top just to dampen it a little bit, support it. So that's going to be our plan of action there. We'll make an angle iron bracket down to here, straighten that up. We're going to cut out the cracks, drill a hole at either end. Yeah, there's 3 of them, and take it to Peter's work, and the guy there's going to TIG weld it up for me, grind it all down, you won't even know, and it'll be a lot better supported. One more thing to fix. One more thing. This bike is unbelievable. I don't know if I found a part yet that hasn't been broken on it. Okay, that's what we're working on tonight. There's something else that needs to be fixed on this bike. You can see how much that's put a straight edge on here. There it is, there's the straight edge, and look how much that thing's bent up. And it's also bent down. It's twisted down like that. If heated up, it's going to screw the chrome up. The chrome's pretty good on this. It's really good, actually. I don't know what else to do, but I think we're going to have to try to heat it up and turn it. Peter's thinking too. I'm not too concerned about breaking this or bending this because it's already screwed up. I can get a new one of them, but that thing's, you know, it's bent to hell. Another thing to fix on this bike. Here's this is the pinch bolt for the 1969 and 70 with the halo. This is the halo piece here, and this is an original one. You can buy aftermarket ones. They're slightly different, but I did find an original one. And the pinch bolt, when the pinch bolt goes through, there's a nut on here, and something that nobody can find is these plastic nylon nuts. And so this is a 1/4 inch, and this is 1/4 inch Wentworth on here, but this is 1/4 inch, I think it's fine thread. Maybe it says on back here. Doesn't say. It might be coarse thread, doesn't really matter. But you can get 2 of these at Home Depot for, I think it's $1.29 or $1.49 or something like that. Not very much. But I've seen articles on there on the Norton's owner group that nobody can find these nuts anywhere. It's okay if those threads are the wrong pitch anyways. You're not going to hurt this specialty stud. And if anything, when you turn that on there, it's going to lock it on there. Like it's not going to spin off because it's the wrong thread. It'll thread on there, and it kind of jam itself on there. But those are really rare and hard to find. Original Norton ones, I guess nobody can find them. So, but these will work. They look identical. Lowe's in their hardware department. I ordered this. One of the first things I ordered with this kit was this stud because mine were all snapped and broken off and rotted out in there. So I got all the nuts, proper nuts, and everything to go in there with that. And now I got the little white nylon things. I still need a primary chain, but I'm going to put this one on to turn it over and pump up the oil and maybe fire it up. Put one of these on. Peter's supposed to paint my parts last night, and tonight he said for sure he'd paint them. And he's gone out with a few buddies for a beer, so he said he'll paint it when he gets home. I said, no, don't paint it when you get home. It's gonna be too late, you're gonna be too drunk. So tomorrow night, I hope. And that's all the little brackets, all the little pieces to put it back together. And I think the only thing left is the swing arm, but he's going to try to get that done too. That's it for tonight. I stuck one video in at the very beginning there that was supposed to be in video number 88, when the parts came in that angle bracket, and then I had to hammer it out and bend it the opposite way. So I found that video. I misplaced it, and it's on this video. But that's it for tonight. Not too much going on. That's all the stuff that I found broken for tonight. Might be more stuff tomorrow. Good night.